It looks like California may be losing another refinery. I say may because the media is reporting it wrong. Valero to close Benicia Refinery by 2026 as oil companies faced increased oversight in California. This goes along with a couple other refinery closure announcements that were made in the last year. This is all happening as the Trump administration is trying to put a stop to EV mandates and other things that are currently going on in California. If they are somehow successful in that, at the same time these refineries are closing, gas prices are going to go crazy in California. I don't even want to try to predict what they're going to be. The issue I have with all the reporting around this, though, is that every one of these headlines says they are going to close this refinery. They have clearly stated they may close it or they may just restructure. And you can find this halfway through or near the end of all these articles, but let's be honest, how many people actually read these articles? They read the headlines, right? All the headlines say they're closing. We don't know for sure that they're closing. They're thinking about it. They're either going to close or restructure. That's what the headline should say. And that's why I said may lose a refinery, because Valero is not saying with certainty that they're closing. Oil prices are up about $1 today on the news that the United States has issued new sanctions targeting Chinese importers of Iranian oil. And by the way, these sanctions aren't going to work. At least I don't think they'll work. And truthfully, oil prices are artificially depressed right now by the actions of the Trump administration. So who's to say this is even why they're up other than the media? Now, China gets a significant amount of oil from Iran. You won't find that anywhere, but they do. But you won't find that anywhere. And the reason you won't find that anywhere is because that oil is sanctioned and it's relabeled as coming from Malaysia. So if you were to look up China's oil imports from Malaysia, it's actually more than they produce. And that's because it's not from Malaysia. It's from Iran. That's how they get around the sanctions with their shadow fleets. Now, these sanctions come at a time when we're negotiating with Iran on a new nuclear deal. One pretty much just like the one Obama had with them that Donald Trump hated and tore up and got rid of. And they also come at a time when a lot of Republicans are saying, why are you doing this? Why are you doing an Obama type nuclear deal with Iran? That makes no sense. So he's getting a lot of pushback from his own party, from Republican pundits, and a lot of other people who think this is a terrible idea. I, for one, don't think it's a terrible idea. I think it's a good idea. I think it was a terrible idea that he tore it up back in 2017. He tore it up because he didn't know what it was. He just knew it was Barack Obama's and it needed to be tore up. I don't know how much leverage Donald Trump has with Iranian sanctions, because if he does sanction this oil as much as he did in his first administration, it'll cause oil prices to increase dramatically. So the question is, what's he going to do? Is he going to move forward? Is he going to increase sanctions and let oil prices come back up? I guess that'll be up to Donald Trump. We'll see. Thanks.